function. But of course, if you're graphing the sine function, obviously you care about the sine column of values. And we're going to graph in radians because you guys will graph in degrees. And it's just really, when you guys quiz or test, you'll have one of them that's in radians, one in degrees, just so you guys know how to graph in both. But your unit chart does all of that for you, right? Okay, same thing. So here it is. Because a graph is really small, we're just gonna plot the 0, the pi over 4, pi over 2, 3 pi. We're gonna do the 45s. So 0, 45, 90, 135, 180, 225, whatever. So I know it's kind of unaligned, but that's what I'll be looking at, okay? All right, so, and then we'll compare. So I should probably tape this, but whatever. All right, so here's our cosine. All right, same thing, cross this out and put them into quarters. So, wait, can you see? So this is 0.25, 0.5, 0.751, negative, a quarter, a half, 3/4, negative 1. And then remember, we're doing, just like here, it's pi over 4, 3 pi over 4, 5 pi over 4, 7 pi over 4. Okay, and so now we're going to plot. So at 0 radians, we're at 1s, right? All right, recording. At 0, we're 1. And so the cosine function, unlike the sine function, the sine starts at the origin, 0, 0. The cosine function starts at the max of your amplitude. It starts at the max, and then it falls, and at 180, it falls to your minimum, and then it goes right back up to your max. So it's very cyclic because you're just moving around the circle. That's why it's doing that wave. Okay, pi over 4 is rad 2 over 2, which is 0.71. So here we should use this. Right, so pi over 4 is at 0.71. And so that's right here. Look, it's been grabbed by so many people with our dirty little fingers. Look at that. Okay, let's twist it that way. Right? That's gross. Okay, next is pi over 2. And so pi over 2 is cosine. It's at 0, right? Okay, 3 pi over 4. Oh, there you are. It's at negative 0.71, right? 3 pi over 4 here. And then pi is at negative 1, so that's our minimum. And remember, it is not a straight line down. If you're starting, remember, it has a curve. It has like a parabolic curve from the max and the min. So it's looking like, because it's going to start swinging back up. So it looks more like a U. Oh wait, what am I? 5 pi over 4. So negative 0.71. And then 3 pi over 2 is 0. And then this one, you're going to go right back to 1. So it'll be the 0.71, and then the 7 pi over 4, 0.71. And so I know sometimes students get kind of lazy, and you're like, oh no, I don't need to plot everything. Oh, whoops. I suggest you write all the fractions out, and then you just one by one, you keep going back to your chart, because you could accidentally just mess up one of the plots. And then 2 pi is at 1. Everything keeps moving downward. And then 2 pi is at 1. Okay, for those of you that are like, oh, I just know you go high, low. Okay, when you guys have to graph on quizzes and tests, part of it's going to say must have at least 7 accurate accurately plotted points. So for those of you that are like, oh, I'm just going to hit max min and then I'll just wave it. Yeah, no, that's because that would take you to just your quadrantals. Granted, you're shifting though, but that's only 4, so now you're lacking 3. So you have to show so many points for the full credit of the graph. Okay. Sometimes there's like 10. I have to look to what I put. I don't know if I put 8 or 10 or 7.
On the worksheet for the top,
It's
this one's in degrees.
Yeah, it's identical. It's just in degrees.
Are you gonna show us how?
No, it's the same. Remember,
That's
pi over 4 is 45.
Oh.
Pi over 2 is 90.
Oh, so change the.
It's identical.
With the,
Yes.
With the degrees. But we
Yeah.
can change these to.
Yeah. They're gonna look identical. Yeah. Okay, so what you're gonna do is now. Number 3 is equivalent to 2. 4 is equivalent to 1. All it is that your x-axis is now in degrees rather than radians. But remember, 45 degrees is at pi over 4. So if I look over here,
The same numbers.
yes, they're the same y values. So like, granted you have 90, that's equivalent to pi over 2. What's pi over 4? 45 degrees. Pi is 180, but what's 3 pi over 4? 135 degrees. Oh, you can't see. But so really it's going by 45. So 45, 90, 135, 180, 225, 270, 315, 360. That's identical. And so then here, same thing. Do your quarters. And then this is going to be identical here, and this one will be identical here. All right. All right, you guys will see the worksheet you get today. We're going to work with the fractions. And now you don't have to cross anything out. This is CUDA, so that's why it's always compressed. Just whatever. I'm still recording because it looks like... No? Okay, I can stop. No one's really...